This week's parsha is Parshas Eikev. In Parshas Eikev, in the 6th Aliyah, we have one of the paragraphs that we recite during Shema, the paragraph of Ahayim Shemaya. In the first verse of that paragraph, it says as follows: Vaya im Shemaya tishmu el mitzvaysa asher nochi mitzaveh eschem hayom. If you shall listen to the mitzvahs that I am commanding you today, La'ahavo es Hashem Elokeichem, to love Hashem your God, ula'avdai b'chol levavchem v'chol nafshechem, and to serve Him with all of your hearts and all of your souls. And then it goes through a list of brachos, of blessings that we will receive as a result of listening, shamayam, to Hashem. If we listen to Hashem, then we get rain and all good things will happen. What's interesting to note in this verse is that the actual actions, what we actually perform mitzvos-wise, does not seem to be said. It doesn't talk about action, la'asos. It says only that you shall listen to the mitzvahs. It says that you should love Hashem and serve Hashem with all your heart and all your soul. The Orach Chaim, HaKadosh, a commentator on the Parsha, says as follows: the requirements that Hashem mandates that will result in the brachos that follow and the blessings that follow is not uniform. We don't expect every Jew to perform every single one of the 613 mitzvahs to its fullest extent. Everybody has to do as much as they can. What does that mean? He says that it means that we have to serve Hashem with happiness, with love, and we have to be excited about performing the mitzvah. That causes our hearts, our willingness to perform the mitzvah, to soften. It changes who we are. When the mitzvahs that we do with all of our heart and all of our soul, with the love of Hashem, then what we can do changes. So it's not about what we actually do, it's about how we do it. And that, a byproduct of that, will be the performance of more mitzvahs. So when we think about receiving those brachos in that paragraph, the lengthy list of brachos that we will receive, the thought process is not about checking the boxes of the 613 mitzvahs. It's about how we do those mitzvahs that we are up to doing. We do them with simcha, we do them with happiness, we do them with ahavas Hashem, with loving Hashem. Then we prime our hearts, we prime our souls, we prime our willingness, we change who we are, and now we're able to do more mitzvahs. And then we will receive the blessings. In the beginning of the 6th Aliyah, the Torah talks about, Moshe actually talks about, because this is his speech, he talks about the differences in the land of Egypt versus the land of Israel. And interestingly, he starts off with the agricultural details, the aspects that are different in Israel as opposed to Egypt. In Egypt, the watering the fields, the irrigation for the fields that produced the food that they ate, was all done manually. The rain in Egypt is sparse, and therefore the people who wanted to water their fields had to literally carry the water from the Nile River to their fields. Or if there was a flooding of the Nile River, that would also cause the soil to become fertile. Now in Israel, it was very different. The verse states in the beginning of the 6th Aliyah that in Israel there are mountains, there are valleys, and carrying water is not practical. Also, the bodies of water are spread out and are not necessarily clear enough to be used as watering for a field. Therefore, the verse states, we must subside entirely on rain. In addition, the verse states that the land itself required more water. So rain was the sole means of being able to produce viable fruit and vegetables in the land of Israel. Now, this is interesting, and of course it's important to know exactly how to cultivate the produce in Israel. But why did Moshe think this was so important to tell the Jewish people? I'm sure that in a very short amount of time, they would have realized that there's mountains, they would have realized that it's impractical to bring water. Why in Moshe's speech, where he talks about such important topics like what the Jewish people have to work on as a people, rebuking the Jewish people, talking about their future challenges in the land of Israel, appointing a new leader, so on. This is his final speech before his death. And for some reason, Moshe decides to impart to the Jewish people agricultural tips. Have a good Shabbos.